Hey everybody, welcome to Rita Replays. I'm Coach Kuska and just want to welcome you guys obviously to football season. We can't have actual live games this year for various reasons. So we decided that we were going to roll out some of our best TV coverage games over the past 10-15 years. So tonight's game is a fight against Providence 2010 football team that year. This game was in the middle of the season. It was week 7. A couple things that I remember about it. Obviously, that team was a great football team. We were a semifinalist team that year. A great running attack and defense. I know we fell to these guys a little early in the start of the game. A couple quick scores by them, quick turnover on special teams. But I do remember we had Jawan Aki had, I think, a 70-yard run to get us back in the game. And one of the things that really stands out to me is at halftime, I know we were down. And I remember doing the TV interview at halftime with my oldest son at the time. I think I'm holding him in my arms. And I think guys kind of looked around and saw that, hey, this is going to be all right. You know, we don't have to panic. We weren't a panic type team. We knew the talent that we had and the confidence that our guys had. And I think we saw that and was like, we're going to be fine. And obviously, we tried to change that around in the second half. And I don't want to give too much away, but games coming up next. I want to thank you guys for coming on in and joining us, and we'll be doing this every week. You can check the schedule. Should be a great time to relive some old memories, and for those guys that never saw the games, a great time to see some excellent football. So, without further ado, I'll turn it over to the game. Enjoy, sit back, relax, and we'll see you guys again soon.
CN100 presents the high school game of the week. This week's matchup, the St. Rita Mustangs take on the Providence Catholic Celtics. Welcome to Providence Catholic High School in New Lenox, Illinois, everyone, as we get ready for a Chicago Catholic Blue Conference Showdown. I'm Perry Williams, joined by the coach, John Cohn, and Coach is homecoming here tonight in two of the storied programs in the state of Illinois, locking horns yet again.
Yeah, looking forward to a heck of a football game and a lot of state championships between these two programs. Two great football program, one of the best rivalries in the state of Illinois. We'll see if we have another tremendous matchup between these two teams tonight.
Let's talk about St. Rita. They came in to the season highly ranked, and they have answered the bell each week. They're 6-0.
Yeah, undefeated. They played some very good competition, ranked number 3 in the state right now, powerhouse program. And the scary thing is their head coach, Todd Kuska, says, even though we're 6-0, we have not played our best football yet. He thinks they can have a breakout game tonight.
Okay, let's talk about some of the key players that's here tonight, and we've seen him so many years now for St. Rita, the great running back, Jawan Aki.
Yeah, he is a brilliant running back. Our fans that haven't seen him are going to enjoy it. He's number 1 on the program, and he might be the number 1 running back in the state. You see his stats there, 154 carries, 735 yards, 10 touchdowns. Maybe not as explosive as his junior year, but all the defenses are concentrating on him. A tremendous back.
So there you have it, the Celtics hosting the Mustangs, and Eric Schmidt will be patrolling the sideline as well. We'll have more from New Lenox, our CN100 game of the week, right after this. St. Rita won the toss, so they chose to defer. So Providence Catholic, the Celtics, will receive the kickoff to start the game, and kicking off will be Chris Donahue for the Mustangs, unbeaten. The St. Rita Ball Club, ranked number 3 in the state of Illinois. And we are underway here in New Lenox, and on the kickoff return, a short yardage for the Celtics on the return, and they'll take it 1st and 10, and returning the ball was Cody Weaver.
Great tackle by Tim Lombard right off the bat, Perry, on the special teams. We'll get our first look at the Providence Celtics offense and a brand new quarterback starting for them, Chris Salazar. They've had a injury-riddled season, and their starting quarterback, Joey Houlihan, got injured last week, so Salazar steps in. Played a little bit over a half a game last week, had a rough game with a bunch of interceptions, but his first full game starting tonight.
Keeping it on the ground on the first down carry. They did a nice job moving the pile for a gain of perhaps 4 or 5 yards. And it is the up man in that I formation, Cody Weaver, the 5'11 senior. He's going against the St. Rita defense.
Joe Urchek, their defensive coordinator. They'll play 3 down linemen, 5-man front. Ryan McGowan outstanding in there. Charles Elmore, one of their leading tacklers. A very balanced and deep St. Rita defense.
St. Rita You have 5 yards on the first down carry. Here's 2nd and 5, but there you see the stop at the line of scrimmage. But the Celtics doing a nice job moving the ball, and they pick up a first down. It looked like they're stopped at the line, but they just keep fighting and fighting as Danny Potempa is the ball carrier, gets the first down for the Celtics. Couple running plays and the first down.
I think we call that the yak, right? Yards after contact, nicely done. You can see the determination on those first 2 runs. One by Weaver, one by Potempa. Providence, despite the record, wanting to pull off the upset tonight. Again, their homecoming night here against St. Rita.
Now to the air, the pass to Sean Carroll, the returning wideout, 6'2" senior. 9th catch of the season for Carroll.
Nice tackle
mix
by,
it up.
Sorry, Perry. Good tackle by Mickey Johnson, number 2 on the coverage. Watch on the replay. Chris Salazar, little 3-step drop. Nice job by the coaching staff. Give him a fairly easy pass, get a little completion going to get his confidence. And he had a rough game last week, Perry. I think threw 4 interceptions, stepping in for the injured Joey Houlihan.
Gorgeous night for football. There you see it's clear, 68 degrees and really no wind to speak of. And looking to the air again. In fact, it's a shuttle pass instead, but well defended there by Matt Mullen, the inside linebacker, made the stop, and 3rd down is coming up.
Well, that's the 2nd tackle tonight already, but 43, very, very active. Matt Mullen, 6'1", 205 at a senior.
There's our officials tonight, a great crew: Dan Hilker, James McHugh, Gary Delaney, Jim McHugh Sr., and John Forty. So outstanding officials as a discussion on the sideline.
Good look at head coach Mark Coglanese there. 22 years in the program, 5 as the head coach for the Celtics. Long time coach here. A biology teacher at the school, Perry. And on the other side, Todd Kusko for St. Rita in his 13th year. He is a chemistry teacher as we get a look at the award-winning Providence Catholic High School cheerleaders. But it might be the first time we've ever had a biology teacher versus a chemistry teacher in a coaching matchup.
So see what kind of work they do to engineer a win here. And there's the give. Potempa fighting his way for the first down. And look how tough Danny is to bring down the 5'11", 220-pound senior.
Homecoming crowd liking that one. There's Danny Potempa getting up from the bottom of the pile. We mentioned at the Open that he played with these guys, the opponents I'm talking about for St. Rita. As a freshman and a sophomore, did not play football last year as a junior. Came back, Providence Catholic, the friends in school convinced him to come out for the team. Good look at the replay right there. A hard run straight up the middle. There's a good look at Danny.
Picked up 9 yards on that carry. First down, 1st and 10 at their own 42. Here he is again, Potempa into the pile, and this time they're able to drive him down on the turf. Jimmy Johnson among those there on the stop.
A lot of injuries for Providence Catholic as Mark Coglanese huddles up with his quarterback Chris Salazar, and Dan Potempa getting a lot of carries. He is so because Andrew Hoffmeister. So we get a look at Salazar there, the junior quarterback, 6 feet, 185 pounds, but they lost one of their main running backs, Andrew Hoffmeister, to injury.
No gain on that play, so it's 2nd and 10 at the 42. And now play action, rolling right, looking downfield, has a man at tip, and he made the catch. The tight end, Mitch Vovoda.
Get a look on the replay here, Perry. I think there's a little bit of play action first. Chris Salazar, the junior, airs it out. There's the tip. What concentration by the tight end, Vovoda, and he hangs on. Good call by the officials. Great look on the replay by our CN1 camera crew. And there's Mitch Vovoda, the tight end, a junior, making the first big play of the game.
23 yards on that completion. Now quick strike again to Carroll. And he's driven out of bounds or on that sideline. We had to wait to make sure that the official ruled it a complete catch, but a great concentration by the big tight end, 6'5", the junior.
That's what it was. Nice tackle on the play there at the end of it by Travis Starks. Number 5, we'll be calling his name a lot, but the St. Rita defense back on their heels a little bit. That big Providence offensive line. Look at the big guys up front for Providence. Very good O-line, one of the strengths of their teams. We'll talk about them. Ryan Ludwig, their center.
Salazar 4 for 4 through the air, hands off again to Potempa, and he's wrestled down and taken down. Both these schools, by the way, outstanding wrestling programs, as McNamara was the one leading the charge that time defensively for St. Rita.
Yep, last year, St. Rita hosting Providence Catholic, and unlike this year, last year's game was for the conference championship, Perry. A 10-0 victory last year for Providence. We'll talk more about that, but that was a huge game last year. Rita obviously trying to return the favor this year.
10th play of the drive, the pass complete to Vovoda, and he's right at that first down marker. And it looks like it, see where they spot the ball, it looks like it will be a first down. The drive is alive, 1st and 10. Opening drive of the ball game, 11th play of the drive coming up in just moments here. As Salazar has been right on the money.
How about the junior quarterback coming off a rough performance, filling in for the injured Houlihan? He has come out like a determined young man tonight. Very accurate on his passing thus far.
6 runs, 5 passes, and here's the give to Weaver, the fullback, as he battles to get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and long coming up.
Look like Matt Mullen, number 43, very active on the inside, and there's one of the many injured players. That's our starting quarterback, Joey Houlihan. He was actually the starter last year as a junior too. Broken leg in last week's game. He is out for the season. Tough injury, one of many for Providence Catholic this year, and part of the reason they are 1-5.
So Salazar, very impressive in this opening drive. Quick strike again, and almost intercepted, almost picked off by Starks. And it would have been clear sailing for Travis if he'd be able to hold on to it.
Yeah, if you're an offensive team, you got to know where St. Rita's number 5 is. Travis Stark, he's their all-area defensive back. He almost went 6 points the other way, and you are right. Chris Salazar got away with one there. He's got to be careful, especially when throwing in the direction of number 5. There's a good look at the offensive coordinator for Providence Catholic, Bill Green, Perry, in his first year as the offensive coordinator, came over from Brother Rice. And a good look at Travis Starks.
So 3rd and 10, probably 2-down territory for the Celtics. Backpedaling, looking for his man. He's got him, he's got Carroll, and it's a first down at the 12-yard line.
You see the Providence fans, they're enjoying it here on a beautiful Friday night, and it's been beautiful so far for Providence. Look at Chris Salazar. The touch of what he did there is he throws the ball not only to his receiver, but he throws it away from the defense. Nicely done. Great touch by Salazar, who's on fire here in the first drive, the junior.
6:19 remaining in the first quarter. Opening drive. Backpedaling. Going toward the end zone. The pass is for the touchdown to Fitzgerald. 12 yards. Touchdown. Celtics.
Well, any questions at the 1-5 Providence Catholic team, not able to make the playoffs this year, not playing for a conference championship? Are they going to be able to get up for this game? I think the answer, affirmative, exclamation mark. The junior, Sean Fitzgerald, completes a great first drive for the Celtics.
Extra point. Team is on. And the kick is up. And the kick is no good. So no good on the extra point attempt, but very impressive opening drive of the ball game by the Celtics. They march it down the field and punch it in the end zone, a 12-yard scoring strike. And here it is, Coach.
Boy, they mix up the plays well, too. A little bit of run, a little bit of pass. There you see the great protection from Chris Salazar. The catch by Fitzgerald. Here's a different look at it. Great throw. Salazar just tremendous, and I love the way Bill Peters, the O coordinator, Perry, mixed up the plays, the run and the pass, did it effectively on both areas.
So Fitzgerald getting a little congratulations after catching that touchdown pass, as the drive was 14 plays, 85 yards, 5:43 on the clock. Let's go to Eric Schmidt.
Well, guys, obviously the score for Providence was perfect ending to that drive, but you saw exactly what the Providence coaching staff wants to do offensively. The main thing for them is they ran nearly 6 minutes off the clock on that drive. Their goal today is not only to score, but to keep the St. Rita offense off the field as much as possible, guys.
And St. Rita going deep are their 2 great running backs, Key, number 1, and Travis Starks, number 5.
That's called pick your poison, huh?
Yep.
Who you kick to. Tell you a couple of teams that are rooting for the upset tonight, Perry, rooting for Providence. That's Loyola and Mount Carmel, because they're sitting at 2-1, while St. Rita's at 3-0. upset here tonight would turn the Catholic Blue upside
And a
down.
slip kick. It's a live ball. And the Celtics got it. Recovered by Providence Catholic. And it's Ray Ames.
Yeah, he's their leading tackler, Ray Ames, one of the senior leaders at linebacker in Providence Catholic. You look back, you got a Key back there, you got Starks back there, to heck with it. Let's go with the mid-range kick. It catches St. Rita by surprise. Watching the replay. And I'll tell you what, Ray Ames just wanted the ball more. I mean, he just went right after that 6-foot, 182-pounder, one of their team captains.
Ball's at the 31-yard line of St. Rita. Already trailing 6-0. Salazar sets him down under center. Back to throw again. Has a screen pass set to Potempa. And he gets a couple of yards maybe. Well defended overall by St. Rita defensively.
I like the call, though. I like the call. Will McNamara on the tackle, and I'll tell you what, right now, he may not be the player of the game, but our coach of the game right now is Bill Green. Good look at Danny Potempa. He's been very active here early, the senior running back, but Bill Green, the O coordinator, doing a great job of mixing up the plays. I like the screen pass call there to take advantage of St. Rita's aggressiveness on the defensive line.
3 yards, 2nd and 7 coming up. And here's the pitch to Potempa. Cuts it back middle part of the field. And he takes it down to the 25-yard line.
Boy, I got a couple of great blocks coming out of the backfield, all from the same guy. I think it was Cody Weaver, the fullback, who blocked one guy and then went for the other guy, leveled both players. Weaver, the upback, doing a great job blocking him. How about the game thus far for Chris Salazar, the junior, who, again, threw numerous interceptions last week. Had a tough game last week in their 35-14 defeat.
3rd and 4 straight ahead. And fighting toward that marker. Stop shy. It's 4th down coming up, 4th and short. And I'm sure they'll go for it.
Let me correct myself, Perry. Providence lost last week to Fenwick. 17-7. It was St. Rita that defeated Mount Carmel last week, coming off a real big game. They won 35-14. Fenwick pulling off a big victory, and upset, some would say, by knocking off Providence Catholic last week.
Yeah, they got some extra beef in here for the 4th down short yardage play, including the linebacker Ames.
Would not be surprised to see a little play action here.
And it's a full house, keeping it on the ground. Blockers in front, fighting his way for the 1st down, and more is Potempa.
Yeah, you talk about a workhorse running back. The fans loving it, waving the towels. How about Danny Potempa going up against his old teammates? How about that? I think Dan right now is pretty happy he decided to come out for football, Perry. Good look at the award-winning Celtic marching band. Here he is, baseball player by trade.
That was the play before, but they picked up 7 yards, so it's down to the 16-yard line.
Oh, boy. Big Danny having a heck of a game here. Yeah.
St. Rita takes a timeout. 4 minutes remaining, 1st quarter. The Celtics have the lead, and they're driving again.
Yeah, this is like a boxing match with a heavyweight champion. The big favorite comes out with the belt around his waist, ready to finish off the contender in the 1st or 2nd round, and the young contender is throwing the first punches, and the heavyweight champ is staggered right now. Look at the Celtics right there. They're in charge so far. 18 plays, and they've mixed it up beautifully, Perry. 9 runs and 9 passes. Chris Salazar, 8 out of 9 here in the 1st quarter against that great St. Rita defense. Pretty impressive.
Yeah, 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line. And keeping it on the ground and backing his way forward for a couple more yards is Potempa. So 2nd down coming up, as huge homecoming crowd here on hand in New Lenox as Matt's sent for field. After the legendary former head coach.
He was head coach for some of those great teams there. And they better not put that on the screen too much. The other team might be looking at there's the diagram, and sometimes it doesn't always work out the way you diagram it. So far, the Celtic running plays are pretty much going as drawn on the old dry erase board.
Potempa has touched the ball in every play so far in this drive until now, but now they're going to the end zone.
Wow.
Touchdown to Carroll. 15 yards, second touchdown pass of the night for Salazar. And the Celtics strike again.
Wow, 9 of 10 for Chris Salazar, the junior. An absolutely perfect pass. Are you kidding me? Providence Catholic on top. Fitzgerald caught the first touchdown. Sean Carroll on this one, and the Providence fans are loving it. The senior wide receiver.
Wow. First one was to Fitzgerald. This one to Carroll. Now the conversion attempt, and they'll go for 2.
You would think full house backfield here that Danny Potempa, 45, will get the ball. Let's watch.
And there he has it, and he's fighting and fighting, but this time he's stacked up. And it's denied, but nevertheless, 2 first-quarter touchdowns for Providence Catholic. They lead at 12-0 with 3:15 remaining in the first quarter, and St. Rita has not yet run a play from scrimmage. Let's take a look at the touchdown.
Yeah, and under pressure, too. Threw an absolutely perfect pass. He looked off his receiver. I couldn't tell if it was an intentional look off or he picked out his number 2 guy. But either way, what a job by Salazar, the junior Perry, because you saw the blitz coming. He knew he was going to get hit and still threw a perfect pass, great touch. And again, he threw it away from the defense. And there's celebration right now, the feel good going on for the Celtics on the sidelines. Sean Carroll, the senior, right there.
Talk about balance, Coach. 20 plays so far in the ball game, 10 on the ground, 10 through the air. This drive, 6 plays, 31 yards, 3:07 on the clock.
Came after the onside kickoff return. You got to give Ray Ames.
I think it was more like a squib.
Yeah, you're right. It wasn't a true onside kick. Kind of call it a mid-range.
But we were all looking for Starks and also a Key. Think, well, the Key, but now that keep it away from them, just squib it on the ground and surprise St. Rita. Good hustle by Ames to get it. They keep it squibbed again. This one goes out of bounds. And there will be our first penalty of the ball game.
First look at the St. Rita offense as well. They've been on the sidelines thus far the entire game.
With 3:15 remaining in the first quarter. Our referee is Dan Hilker tonight.
Illegal procedure on the kicking team. Kick went out of bounds. St. Rita will take the ball on the 35, 1st and 10.
Yep. Nice and clear. Great official crew tonight.
All right,
so 1st and 10. Brandon Johnson, the quarterback. And now here's the give to a Key. Right up the middle. There goes a Key. First touch of the ball game. Johanna Key racing the end zone. Touchdown, St. Rita. 65 yards. First time he touched the ball. Touchdown for a Key. His 11th touchdown of the season.
Well, now you know why Mark Conklinese told our guy Eric Schmidt, one of our strategies today, keep St. Rita offense off the field. I think that's a pretty good indication right now. It's Joanna Key getting congratulations from his teammates. We talked about in the open the burst and the explosiveness. It didn't take long for us to get a look at it. And he's been, bottled up a little bit this year, Perry.
Yeah,
not like
more.
his junior year when he ran absolutely wild. This year, defenses have concentrated on him. He's averaging under 5 yards per carry, well under last year's, but that run's going to help that average a little bit.
Now, it took only 13 seconds, and here's the extra point attempt by Donahue. Kick is up, and the kick is good. 3:02 remaining in the first quarter. St. Rita finally touches the ball, and they quickly score on their first play from scrimmage. That brilliant run by a Key.
Watching the replay here. Great blocking, barely touched, and then it was just sheer speed. Just outran the Providence Celtic defense, but at the point of attack, great blocking by that big front line for the Mustangs. Another angle, look at the replay. Untouched as he gets through it. He is so powerful, built low to the ground. Strong legs, great speed. We talk about him being a state champion wrestler. Wrestled last year, I think, at 174 pounds. Perry's up to 191, so he's put on some weight for this football season.
Yeah, 13 seconds. That's how to get back into it quickly.
And the only negative is the St. Rita offense has to go back to the sidelines.
Yeah. So his longest of the year, his longest run was 70 yards. That came close at 65. Remember that kickoff went out of bounds, so they had the ball marked at the 35. It's right up the middle, then the rest just pure speed.
If you're a great team, you got to take a couple of punches. St. Rita certainly did that. Obviously, the Celtics, Providence Catholic here tonight, ready to pull off the upset, but St. Rita, if you're a champion, you have to respond when down. They certainly did on that first offensive play.
St. Rita, we talked about the Celtics as runner-up last year in Class 6A, lost to Cary Grove in the state championship game, and St. Rita was knocked out in earlier rounds by the eventual 7A champ, Wheaton-Warrenville South. Here's the return. Weaver with some speed. Nice return by Cody Weaver. Here's the conference standing. Coach, you alluded to it. St. Rita, and what a great season Loyola's had, and they have yet to play their matchup this year.
October 22nd, final game of the season, Loyola versus Rita. Mount Carmel is still hanging in there. Brother Rice at 1-2, and certainly the Catholic Blue Division, as Eric Schmidt, our sideline guy, alluded to, certainly one of, if not the toughest conference in the state of Illinois.
Potempa slides through, gets up to the 40-yard line for a pickup of 6. Well, you have that number of teams, certainly very, very tough, but then you have like the DuPage Valley, and with the Wheaton-Warrenville South, Glenbard West, and the Glenbard North, rather, the Panthers. Great defense, the Naperville teams.
West Suburban Silvers making a
with
run at it
Glenbard
this
West,
year.
yep, and York.
Lions of LaGrange, so some very good teams out there as well.
Now to the air again, the pass to Carroll again, and he's belted. He's taken out quickly by Mickey Johnson.
I think that's, we'll check with our stat guy, Nick Pinto, but I believe that's 10 for 11 now for the junior quarterback, Chris Salazar. Bill Green doing a great job mixing up the play, a little short pass. Nicely done. Good tackle at the end of it, but a little bit late. Mickey Johnson coming in there, outstanding. Free safety.
3rd and 2. Weaver, the lone setback to the left of quarterback Salazar. They'll go to the air. Over the middle, incomplete. He had the man wide open. Weaver was there. So now it's 4th down, 4th and 2. And they're talking to the punting unit.
Hasn't missed many, that's one of them. You see the coaching staff doing a nice job of settling down. Their young juniors played so well so far.
Danny Potempa is the punter for the Celtics.
Hey, Perry, we saw a great sophomore game right before this. Both teams 5-1. You got to look at Potempa ready to punt there, but the sophomore game was pretty much for the conference championship. St. Rita pulling out a very exciting game, 35-21 at the sophomore level game played right before this one.
And Potempa. And St. Rita lets it roll, gets a nice roll, then goes out of bounds. It'll be 1st and 10, 41 yards on that punt, no return. Let's go back in the field and hear from Eric.
Well, John, you mentioned the strength of schedule here. The other thing that these opponents have all up and down the conference is a great deal of respect for each other. I don't know if you guys have noticed the St. Rita tacklers. About every other play, there's a couple of defenders helping the offensive players up. A great show of respect from those guys. I'd like to be able to compare Providence's, but we haven't seen Providence make a tackle yet, guys.
Well, there you saw the St. Rita offense.
It's a good call, though, Eric. I've noticed the same thing, and particularly, I think, with Danny Potempa, number 45, because they're buddies with him. He used to go to school at St. Rita, but a good call.
And here's the give right up the middle again to Aki, and he takes it over the 20 up to the 21-yard line. Pick up of 5 yards for the senior running back.
Looks like Simon Soshaki in on the defense. Good look at the Providence defense. Perry, they'll work out of a 5-man front, couple of outstanding linebackers. Number 6, Zach Plants. Number 43, Ray Ames. They lead the way. But even though they're 1-5, the defense, I think, so far has been the strength of this team.
Yeah, Casey Papp also very talented, and Troy Shepard back after a couple weeks off with an injury. And they're missing the very talented Dominic Olsta. Senior linebacker is out with an ACL for the season.
Talk about the injuries for Providence. I mean, it's just been unbelievable. The Joe Houlihan, their quarterback, getting injured was just most recent one. We mentioned their running back, Andrew Hoffmeister, Victor Vernon. Their kicker, field goal kicker, and nose guard, he's out. Their team captain, Dominic Asta, their defensive end. He's been injured. Troy Shepard, you mentioned. Brett Gray, ankle injury after played only a couple of weeks. He's out for the season, so it's just been one thing after another. Mark Coglany says in his 22 years, the worst injury-wise he can ever remember.
There's the team stats. What St. Rita has done so far: 6 rushing yards per play, 18 touchdowns, but they can also put in the air if they have to as well. Talk about all the injuries. There's a lot of the relatives are right below the press box. I don't know if they're the sisters or the mothers of some of the players, but hard to tell. But they are very proud of their young men. And then spinning his way forward for a first down is the key.
Does that mean we have to be careful what we say?
No, I just
I
teasing.
don't want any angry moms coming up with a press box.
Very, very proud of their young sons.
There's a good look at number 87 for St. Rita. How's that for a target for their quarterback, Brandon Johnson? One of many good targets. Timmy Gorski, 6'7", 245 pounds, plays tight end. They'll throw to him on occasion. Very good receiver, excellent blocker.
Could be the last play of the first quarter. Inside 20 seconds. 1st and 10 up at the 27-yard line. They'll go to the air. The pass is complete, and still on the run is Gallagher, Bobby Gallagher, and then he is driven out of bounds by Ray Ames. But a first down, a big catch and run by Gallagher, 25 yards to the 43-yard line with 7.4 seconds remaining in the first quarter.
Good look at Bobby right there. There's the senior quarterback, Brandon Johnson, throwing the ball a little out. Missed tackle. Off to the races goes Gallagher. Ray Ames saves the touchdown by chasing him down. Good tackle by Ames, but way down the field. Big pickup for the Mustangs.
Now 1st and 10 for Johnson. And Akey spins away from a tackler. Akey still fighting inside the 40 down to the 37-yard line as the first quarter comes to an end here in New Lenox. Homecoming for Providence Catholic. And a great first quarter. The Celtics leading the unbeaten Mustangs 12-7 on our CN100 High School Game of the Week. Welcome back to Providence Catholic in New Lenox, Illinois. Go Celtics. The lighted letters say standing room only crowd on homecoming as they jumped out to a quick 12-0 lead, but the Mustangs answered, and now they're driving again. First quarter stats, courtesy Statman extraordinaire Mr. Nick Pino. Providence Catholic, 24 plays in the first quarter, under 24 yards on it. St. Rita, 5 plays, under 13 yards. Most of it on that 65-yard run by Jawan Akey. And he has the ball again, right up the middle, breaking through again. This time they hold on and bring him down as Nick Quinlan, the junior free safety.
Yeah, Nick Quinlan making the tackle. It's our first look, Barry. My first look, anyways, of Jawan Akey. I've read about him, watched him a little bit on TV. My first chance to watch him live, and boy, he is awfully good. And you can see, too, one of his favorite moves, it looks like, is that little spin move.
Yep.
Upon contact, he tries to, and very effectively, spin away. Good look at Akey.
Almost like Dennis Savard, the spinorama.
Yep.
So 1st and 10 now. Mustangs driving at the 28-yard line of the Celtics. Here he is again, right up the middle. Akey being the player we're talking about.
And he's
so
working
big yardage on first down. So picks up 6, 2nd and 4.
Working Perry behind that big offensive line for St. Rita. There's Jawan, and he'll be the first to thank the guys up front. Brian Lurquin, Joe Nash, Tommy Hitz over on the right side. Lurquin's the center. Jack Sheehan, the left guard. Nick Dakota, the big guy, the junior, number 78. It's the first time, I think last week and this week, the first time all season that all 5 starters on the offensive line have been healthy. So that's one of the reasons Todd Kuska feels his St. Rita team, even though they're 6-0, has not played their best football yet. The O-line, healthy.
And the air and going and incomplete, intended for Gallagher. Akey, by the way, already with 93 yards, and we just started the second quarter on the ground for St. Rita.
Good look at Coach Todd right there. His 13th year as the head coach for St. Rita. We mentioned he's a chemistry teacher at the school and also a graduate of St. Rita High School. Played on some of those 1980s playoff teams at St. Rita, some of those great teams. He was an offensive lineman. Now they fine head coach for the Mustangs.
Yeah, won the state championship in 2006, knocked off that very talented Lake Zurich team. Their other state championship, 78 against Buffalo Grove. 3rd and 5. And going again to the air. Sideline incomplete, intended for Gallagher. So now we have 4th down coming up.
Good look there at Brandon Johnson. Perry, we haven't talked much about the St. Rita quarterback situation. Brandon Johnson, the senior, you see the pass there, pretty good pass, just out of reach of the wide receiver. But Rita has been switching back and forth. Scott Thomas, the junior, and then that young man right there, the senior, Brandon Johnson, in the last couple of weeks. Johnson has kind of taken over the role. Last week he had a good game against Mount Carmel. He went 7 for 9, but it's been kind of an unsettled position, the quarterback spot for St. Rita.
Here's a 41-yard field goal attempt by the Mustangs. Kick is up and it's no good. As Stan Soika, the junior, was way off and way short as the fans look on and enjoy that turn of events.
What a great crowd we have here at Providence Catholic. Perry, we got here early enough. I was able to sample, as I am wont to do, the concession stands, and I got to give Providence a solid A-, if not an A, for outstanding concessionaires.
There's the Celtics stats for the season, rushing and 9 touchdowns on the ground. They did a little bit mixing up, but there you see one of the problems they've had is the turnovers all season long. As Potempa spins his way, they're doing a little better job now. What did you call it? The yards after contact, of making the contact and bringing Danny down.
Joey Felomino, number 54, in on the tackle. Yeah, you can see right now they're keying on 45. There's the
very talented linebacker. That is Valentino Mike on the sideline getting a quick rest, because you have to come in and do his best to stop Starks and Aki and company.
I formation. Both teams work out of the old I formation as their primary offense.
To the air, looking for Carroll downfield, and the pass is incomplete as Carroll adjusted his route, but the closest person there was Jake Bukowski, the defender.
Watch how Salazar stays strong in the pocket, though. I like his composure. Now, this ball was misthrown. Lucky it wasn't intercepted. Probably shouldn't have thrown the football. But I do like the way Salazar, the junior, very poised in the pocket under pressure. Get a good look at that Providence Catholic offensive line, one of the strengths of the team. Also, we'll mention some of their names in a second here, but a good O-line, protecting well.
3 of 5 on first down, and the pass is almost intercepted. Incomplete. A flag has been thrown as McNamara was there trying to get the wounded duck pass.
Yeah, as the referee's talking over, we'll see on the replay, the guy who made the play, Perry, was 38, Ryan McGowan.
Field on the offense.
There you see the call for the official. We'll see on the replay, though, from the right side, Ryan McGowan just willed himself, just battled and bowled himself to the quarterback, almost got a sack. Watch on the right side here. There, the pass at the tail end of it. What we didn't see, though, was 38, Ryan McGowan putting pressure on Salazar, almost got the sack.
Ineligible receiver downfield on the offense. The penalty has declined. Be 4th down.
So 3 and out again. They had such great success on that opening drive of the ball game, but last possession, now this one, it's 3 and out. They have to punt it away as Potempa will be punting to Mickey Johnson, who returned a punt for a touchdown last week against Mount Carmel.
Yeah, special teams, big part of their win against Mount Carmel. Johnson returned a kickoff, and I think TJ Burton had a punt return for a touchdown. Nice job by St. Rita's defense.
And they almost get to the kicker, but this time they let the ball bounce, and it takes a sideward roll as it is on the St. Rita side of the football field at their own 47-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Mustangs. Folks, game of the week heads to Gately Stadium as Hubbard takes on Morgan Park. Tune in to CN100 on Saturday, October 16th at noon as the Greyhounds and Mustangs battle for first place in the Illini Prairie State Conference. For additional air dates and times, visit cn100.tv. Big matchup next Friday night, and that game will be our game of the week.
Every year we ask the same thing. Will this be the year a Chicago Public League team gets to the state championship? And again, this could be the year Morgan Park, one of those teams contending.
And Simeon, of course, the other. Here's that spin move, Coach, you were talking about. Takes it to the 45-yard line. That's a pickup of 7 yards.
Mike Valentino, number 10, making the tackle. Watch Joanne Akey provide some of his magic at the running back spot. Quick little spin move. Nice tackle by Valentino, who's got 45 tackles on the season coming in. A couple of tackles already in the game.
Akey now is 100 yards rushing in the ball game on 7 carries.
We'll see Travis Starks back there too. Travis, who stars on defense, a very talented tailback as well. Division I caliber, matter of fact.
Long count. Here's the give to Akey again.
Good tackle.
Nice tackle by Quinlan. Nick Quinlan coming in, wrapped him up and brought him down.
Yeah, now interesting, Nick Quinlan, number 14, who made the tackle. He's subbing. Good look at him right there. He's subbing for his brother Joey.
Who's out with
Joey is the regular safety, and he's out with a bad back, I believe, right? And we got Nick filling in for his brother, the junior, 5'9", 165 pounds, and great tackle. He's had a couple already, playing a heck of a game. You got your older brother on the sidelines watching you. That's more inspiration than any coach, I think, could give you.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line of Providence Catholic. St. Rita on the move again. And just keeping it on the ground with Akey. At time they bring him down after a short game. Yeah, a lot of big games next week on Friday nights. Talk about that Blumberg South, Maine South, who have righted the ship after a tough opening week or two. Start the season. Flag.
Face mask, 5 yards. Defense.
Oh, there you go on the Celtics.
Still
5
first
yards.
down. Did we go 5?
Now St. Rita's 6-0 in the season. See if they can come back here and keep it going. I think they were the preseason number 2 or 3 team, Perry, and nothing's changed. They're ranked number 3 right now. I think Wheaton Warrenville South ranked ahead of them. Glenbard West
number 2.
Very, very good team, but certainly St. Rita
5-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
capable of getting to the state championship game this year. I know that's one of their goals. Last year when they got knocked out of the playoffs, as you mentioned, they went on and won the Prep Bowl, defeating, who they beat? Morgan Park, right?
Yep, 1st and 2. After the penalty, now it's a 1st and 10 coming up as Akey picks up the first down at the 30-yard line.
Good tackle by Nick Semeno, the 6'1 junior out of Plainfield Junior High. Nice job by Semeno. Watch on the replay here. Good look at the big guys up front. Blocking that big offensive line for St. Rita, and again, healthy for the first time tonight. Nick Dakota, number 78, Jack Sheehan, 64 up front. You get a look at some of the Celtic defensive coaches. Brian Lurkwin, their captain, the center, number 71 on the right side. Returning starters, Joe Nash, 66, Tom Hitz, 77, a strong offensive line for the white jerseys.
Here's Akey, got the handle, and spins his way forward down to the 26-yard line. The 2nd down coming up.
Again, making the tackle, Perry, but yards after contact. Valentino with the tackle, but still pretty good pickup for St. Rita and their offense on the march. Clearly, if you're St. Rita's defense, and they got a brand new defensive coordinator as well. Scott Peters takes over the Providence Catholic defense. You obviously gear up to stop the run. You want to force St. Rita and their senior quarterback, Brandon Johnson, to beat you with the pass. Easier said than done as they work out of the I formation. You can see it right there, but stopping the run, clearly the defensive key.
And here's the key again. So 3rd down coming up. And making the stop was Zach Plants, the very talented linebacker, 6'2 senior.
Big Ben Lemke, number 98 in the bottom of that too. You need 2 or 3 guys to make the tackle, but you're right, Zach Plants has had a huge season. And a good look at the overflow crowd, and there's my concession stand over there, Perry. And I may go visit at halftime. That pretzel is outstanding, a little mustard ketchup combination. Had a homemade Snickers bar.
I don't know, it's going to be tough to get to the concession stand at halftime, Coach.
I will find a way.
And slicing through, getting the first down is a key. to the 16-yard line.
Boy, the beautiful thing about Juwan, too, he is so strong, you can give him the ball over and over again. He is a workhorse. 154 carries coming into the season. Good look on the replay from our CN100 camera crew, bringing it to you up close and personal right there. Already 12 carries tonight for that young man, Juwan Key, and you can see they're going to ride his shoulders tonight behind that big offensive line. Try to wear down Providence, so you can see there's a clear size advantage for St. Rita.
And here's the pitch to Key. And he takes it to inside the 15. He's down to the 13-yard line. This time they, a little quick thing out with the pitch going out, try to go outside a little bit more.
Mix it up a little bit. Nick Semeno, number 56, playing an outstanding. Watch Semeno come over and make the tackle. Gets help from his friends. Nicely done. There's Big Nick, number 56. Juwan Key getting one carry after another. Todd Kuska, the head coach, he calls the offensive plays, and you can see the game plan tonight. Give it to that young man, at least early.
131 yards in the first half.
Brendan Cloney, the up back.
He does his job blocking, coach. Key showing his power, takes it down to the 10. Big third down play coming up here. But after the last field goal attempt, we're not quite sure if the Mustangs would try to make it a 4th down situation. A little bit closer this time, however.
Well, they've almost given up on the pass here, huh?
Yeah.
Run, 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 mixing it up inside, outside. Again, Brandon Johnson, their senior quarterback. Might see Scott Thomas tonight. We'll see the junior have been rotating back and forth, but of late, last couple of weeks, looks like number 10 has won the job.
9 straight carries for Key. Deep man in the I formation.
Here comes number 10.
Brandon Johnson, the quarterback under center. And here's number 10, coach, right up the middle. Fights his way down. We'll wait for the marker. And it looks like he has enough for the first down.
I mean, you could say, let's get creative. Let's try something different. But I think Todd Kuska is keeping it simple here. He realizes he's got a big advantage. Size up front, keep it simple, straight up the middle, make the handoff, don't turn over the ball, and give it to your workhorse, Juwan Key. That's exactly what St. Rita's doing offensively. They're working out of their I formation. Right now, it's frustrating for Providence Catholic, Perry, because they know what's coming. They just can't stop it.
1st and goal at the 6-yard line. 3:42 remaining here in our first half. 12-7, Providence Catholic. Quickly scored in the nice opening drive and followed up after that.
Number 11.
And here it is. Valentine and company making the stop that time. Also there was Ray Ames. He recovered that squib kick, which led to the 2nd touchdown for the Celtics. 3 yards in the pickup, 2nd and goal coming up at the 3.
Don't forget, we'll have our CN100 player of the game, post game. You get a good look at the coaching staff up there in the press box for the Providence Celtics, signaling the plays down. But as per always, our CN100 player of the game, post game. Down on the field with Eric Schmidt.
Brandon Johnson. Key. And he stood up by the Celtics defense. Knocked back.
Not sure who made the secondary stop, but Zach Plants, number 6, sliced in from the outside and kind of held him up from behind. That's what you got to do with Juwan Key, Perry. You got to get a couple of guys going after him. He is as hard as any running back in the state to bring down one-on-one.
3rd and goal at the 2-yard line for the St. Rita Mustangs. They trail 12-7, 2:15 remaining first half.
Different look this time. Now, not the I formation, but the full house backfield.
And a little flag. This will be against St. Rita.
I think one of the up backs moved too quick. Went to their short yardage power formation, and we'll get the call from the official.
Dead ball, illegal procedure, offense.
Well, once again, sometimes it's not the penalty, it's when it happens. So now it's 3rd and goal at the 7.
Yeah, if you're St. Rita right now, you got to hang on to the football. Don't turn it over. That's number 1. Number 2, find a way to get in the end zone. Let's see, play action here would certainly be a possibility, but I would think Todd Kuska still going to keep it on the ground and probably give it to Joanna Key. We have not seen Travis Starks run yet. Number 5, we expected to see him carry.
Seen him on defense, but not yet running the football. 13th play of the drive, 3rd and goal at the 7th. Here's the pitch to the left side of Key. Key trying to get outside, and he's wrapped up and taken down by the Celtics on defense. And it is Nick Quinlan leading the charge.
Yeah, that was beautifully done. Fighting off the block. It looked like Key was going to get in the end zone. That's a great job by the green jersey defense right there. You can see they are fired up here to homecoming night. Watching the replay. Who's that right end over there? Number 14, Quinlan. Fights off the block, contains, and then makes a one-on-one tackle. I got news for you. I don't think his brother Joey, when he's healthy, his older brother might never get back in the game. Nick keeps playing like this. That was an outstanding individual play.
So on to attempt a 30-yard field goal is Donahue.
Older brother Ryan is a punter for the University of Iowa.
And here's the field goal attempt. The kick is up and plenty good. 30 yards out by Donahue. And St. Rita tacks on 3 more. But the Celtics still lead at 12-10 with 1:25 remaining here in our first half.
Yeah, that was a big stand. I mean, St. Rita gets 3 points, but it looked, Perry, like they were well on their way to 6. Let's watch on the replay. Beautiful kick. Beautiful kick, and it is perfect weather conditions to kick tonight, too, with no breeze, no wind to speak of. But they get the 3 points, but that's a little psychological advantage, I think, for Providence Catholic, making the stop and avoiding St. Rita from taking the lead and getting into the end zone.
Yeah, that penalty, instead of being 3rd goal to 2.
That hurt.
Backed them up and forced them to try to go wide or change things up somewhat. But they come away with 3 with 1:25 remaining. So after spotting the Celtics' first 12 points of the ball game, the Mustangs have come back with the next 10.
What are the odds? Coach Todd Kuska reminded his team. Get a good look at the scoring drive there. Very methodical. Joanna Key, your lead actor in that particular scoring drive. 14 rushes, 52 yards. No passes, right?
Nope.
Ran the ball every time. But what are the odds Todd Kuska reminded his ball club, Perry, last year's game when they got beaten by Providence Catholic 10-0? I would think that would be one of the last things he told the players as they left the locker room. That was a painful loss for Rita last year because it was on their home field as well.
Split kick as well.
They're not going to kick it deep.
And a loose ball. St. Rita has it. Unless they mark him down. They say, no, down. And it will be Celtics football. What a break. There's St. Rita. Looks like they have Danny Fitzgerald, number 13, was there.
Saw some of the St. Rita fans celebrating, watching the replays. A little squib kick just like Providence did. Follow the bouncing ball. It's picked up very cleanly. Boy, that could have been called a fumble. I don't know. Tough call, but looked like he lost his footing, Perry. And when he lost his footing, he lost his concentration on handling the football. A break for Providence Catholic.
So out of the shotgun is Salazar. He's going on the near sideline. The pass is incomplete. Intended for Zach Hanlon. There's 10 catches on the year.
Yeah, how about the call from head coach Mike Coglanese and Bill Peters, the offensive coordinator? You're up 12-10. You got 1:15 left. You're fairly deep into your own zone. You could play it safe and just run the clock out, but no. Providence, the Celtics, putting the ball up in the air, letting their young quarterback go for some scores here late.
2nd and 10 at the 23. Pass to Carroll, and it's knocked out of his hands at the last minute. Nice job defensively by Max Kurakar.
Yeah. Good, solid defense. Watching the replay here, Max Kurakar, pretty good pass. That's nicely defended by Kurakar. 6-foot junior out of Oaklawn Hometown Middle School. He'll be one of their feature guys next year. Good look at Chris Salazar, who's had a superb first half. Let's see if they throw the football again.
Pulled off a little bit. 5 straight incompletions. Just red hot early on.
They missed it here, Perry. They give St. Rita time to drive on them.
Pass is complete to Weaver. but stopped shy, so they will have to punt the football, and St. Rita will burn their second timeout. Remember, they used a timeout defensively in the first quarter, so they'll have only one left, but they have 1:06.
Yeah, well, that's the problem when you gamble. There's obviously risk when you gamble. And I like the fact that Providence Catholic, the Celtics, decided to go for it, see if they could throw the ball down the field. It didn't work, and now Rita's going to get the ball back with about a minute left. Pretty good field position.
Folks, CN100 Sports proudly presents Prep Profile, an insight into today's high school sports, and we hope you enjoy that each and every week. As the teams get back on the field, and
it'd be interesting to see the play selection for St. Rita here. Now, minute 6 seconds left, and you got two dangerous guys back on the punt. I would think you're going to tell your punter here, Perry, don't only kick it, but kick it real high. Don't allow a return. I don't think you want the low line drive kick here.
I'll get back to that Providence Catholic coach comments later on. 1:06 remaining now, first half. Potempa off the side of his foot. Out of bounds, a break for the Mustangs.
Yep.
Don't forget, the St. Rita deferred. They will get the ball to start the second half. Coach, we've talked about Mark Coglanese, the outstanding young head coach at Providence Catholic High School, and he talks about some of the strengths of his team so far this season.
Well, this year we're more of a power team on offense. We're not really blessed with great speed, so we have a great offensive line. We're very good size, so we try and rely on those guys. Defensively, we pursue very well to the ball. We have a couple good returners there as well.
Well, what a job. You knew they'd be fired up tonight, and they have been, giving the Mustangs all they could handle. But St. Rita has the ball at the 35-yard line of Providence Catholic with exactly 1 minute remaining in the first half. And here's the give to Akey. Spins his way forward. He's stacked up there by Ames and company.
You get the feeling, Perry, that Providence Celtics defense is starting to get some swagger.
Yep.
Get a little bit of confidence here. They are tackling strong, not in awe of Juwan Akey like they were maybe early in the game.
And now running the football is quarterback Johnson. First down and plenty more. Johnson inside the 15, down to the 14-yard line. 20 yards and a first down for the Mustangs.
Got to line up quick. Clock stops in high school on the first down, so they don't have to rush it too much. You could tell St. Rita well coached in their 2-minute drill, or in this case, their 1 minute and 6 second drill.
Here's Johnson to give to Akey.
Big hole.
And the hole closes quickly, though. Celtics are ready. Now they'll have to burn the timeout.
Good look at the replay there. There's the Brandon Johnson scramble. Boy, he broke 2, 3, 4 tackles. Pretty good passer, but he is very mobile and effective, as we saw right there on the run. The senior Brandon Johnson picking up a big play. A field goal right now, Perry, would give him a 1-point lead, but I think St. Rita's still thinking touchdown here. 22 seconds left.
And right now, it would be a 30-yard field goal, and of course, Donahue just hit one moments ago, so certainly has the capability.
No timeouts left. That's a factor too, but keep in mind the clock will stop after the first down. You can see St. Rita, Ton Kuska, the head coach, and the offensive coordinators talking it over. A little strategy discussion here. Good first half, real good first half. Providence Catholic at home, trying to pull off the upset. St. Rita, the leaders in the Catholic blue, trying to hang on, keep their lead.
22 seconds. Just joining us, the Celtics with a 1-5 record against the 6-0 St. Rita Mustangs, and Providence Catholic took the opening kickoff, marched it down the field, used up almost 6 minutes of the first quarter, and scored the touchdown. Then on the ensuing kickoff, it was a squib recovered by the Celtics, and they scored moments later on that to take a 12-0 lead. But the Mustangs have come back. The pass incomplete. The receiver was turned around at the 2-yard line. So now it's 3rd and 8 coming up.
Doesn't hurt if you're St. Rita. Took only 3 seconds off the clock.
Tim Gorski, the intended target.
Key thing if you're Brandon Johnson right now, you don't want to throw the pick. Still got 2 more plays, and then you can try the field goal. Don't know that we've seen them. Have they thrown?
It's 3rd and 8, Coach, so this
I'm
will
sorry.
be it.
Okay. I don't know if they've thrown the ball to Aki coming out of the backfield, Perry. I see St. Rita enough to know, see if they got that in their playbook. This might be a good time to call.
Starks is split to the left of the slot position, number 5. But looking the other way, looking in the end zone, incomplete, overthrown. The intended target was Mitch Saffold.
Hey, he had time, too. Good coverage. Mike Valentino, amongst others, on the defensive backfield, because watching the replay, Brandon Johnson, plenty of time to find a receiver, but he can't find that open guy. Ends out throwing it over into the back of the end zone. Todd Kuska, a smile on his face, but that's that frustrated smile, not the one you want to see if you're a quarterback coming off the field.
So Donahue back on just moments ago. He nailed a 30-yarder. This would be for the lead. And as we mentioned, St. Rita will get the ball to start the second half. I think I'd say now 29, whereas will be the attempt, 1 yard shy of the last one. Kick is up, and the kick is no good. So St. Rita comes away empty with 8.5 seconds remaining in the half. And the Celtics will probably just take a knee and take the lead into the locker room.
Very, very good first half, and that's not only 3 points, but that's momentum as you go into halftime, too, for Providence Catholic, a team in need of some confidence right now. So I think that field goal miss, fairly significant for the Celtics. You can see they are in the kneel-down formation with the one safety back there.
And there's the knee we talked about. As the Celtics on homecoming, leading St. Rita 12-10 on our CN100 game of the week. So a nice comeback by St. Rita, but what a first half by the Celtics. The last couple of drives, they, as they would say, bent but didn't break.
Hi, welcome to St. Rita High School. My name is Ed Weiser, Director of Admissions here at St. Rita. I wanted to take a moment and invite all of our 8th graders out there to spend a shadow day here at St. Rita this fall. We know that it'll be a very unique fall for all of the schools, but we will be open here at Rita for shadow days, and our schedule is announced on our website. So come by one of these days and check out our school for an inside look as a shadow here at St. Rita. We also have great personal tour options, and you'll hear from Coach Russell about that next. Go Mustangs!
Hello everyone, my name is Roshan Russell. I'm a proud 2008 graduate of St. Rita High School. I'm the Director of Enrollment and Head Varsity Basketball Coach. I want to take this time to invite you to sign up for a personal tour here at St. Rita. We offer tours around the clock. We feel like it's one of the best ways to learn about our great institution. Our goal is when you leave to make sure that all your questions are answered. I also want to encourage you to check out our calendar of events, and you'll hear more about that from our Assistant Director of Admissions, Mike Swanson.
Hi, I'm Mike Swanson, Assistant Admissions Director here at St. Rita High School. This fall, we have a lot of exciting events planned for prospective students. So check us out at stritahs.com for our full calendar of events. And you can see the mini open houses we have planned and the specialty nights that are new this year, highlighting things like academics, athletics, fine arts, and student life. So again, visit stritahs.com and click on the admissions tab. Come and check us out on campus. We'd love to see you here soon.
Let's go to Eric Smith on the field.
Thank you, Perry. I don't know which coach to talk to, Todd or Jake here, his son. We're going to start with Todd, though. You guys got punched a little bit in the mouth that first quarter, so grade a little bit how your teams responded to that.
Well, I think we responded well. You know, we just failed to put some points on the board. You know, we did some things offensively. We ran the ball. We just kind of bogged down there at the goal line, missed a couple field goals. So, you know, we feel we've done some good things. We just, you know, we hate leaving points out there. So we're just going to regroup, stay with what we've got, and hopefully get some more points on the board.
Now, Providence quarterback is a guy you have not seen. You haven't really seen him on tape yet either. How do you game plan for that?
Well, we know their offense. You know, they're not going to revamp their offense in a week. You know, he did play last week, and we know he can throw the football, you know. So there's really no change in, based on who's there. We know what they do, and their offense has been pretty set, and, you know, they've got so many weeks in already. They're not going to reinvent the wheels. So, you know, it's he's playing pretty well, though. He's throwing some good balls. So, but they're a good football program. They're a proud program, and you know, they got us right now. So we just got to try and get some more points.
Okay, perfect. Jake, grade your dad's job coaching St. Rita.
Good.
Just good?
Great.
There you go. That's a good. You're going to get an extra sucker, I think, tonight. Guys, let's get back upstairs.
Well, let's see what happens on the kickoff to start the set. We've had a couple squib kicks that led to adventures in the first half. One led to actual recovery by Providence Catholic.
I don't think they're going to kick it deep. As long as Joanna Key and Travis Starks are back, they're my guess. Another mid-range kick. Let's take a look.
Just kind of a floater, and this will go out of bounds again. So second straight time it went out of bounds, and they will start at their 35-yard line. And this is what happened after they had that 12-0 lead. They kicked out of bounds.
Illegal procedure on the kicking team, kicking the ball out of bounds. The ball will be spotted on the 35, first down.
And first play from scrimmage for the Mustangs went for 65 by Aki.
Our head referee, Dan Hilker's got some good pipes on him.
Yeah, he does.
May have to get him up here in the booth doing an outstanding job as the referee crew. Not too many penalties in the first half.
Exactly. Nice, clear calls and well played. And
probably the biggest call was the one St. Rita had when they were knocking on the door for a touchdown, 5-yard penalty. It set them 5 yards back, kind of killed their momentum, and it looked like it turned 6 points into 3 points. And that's the difference on the scoreboard right here. Let's see if the Providence defense can hold against this powerful offense.
And here's Travis Starks to start the second half, getting his first carry of the ball game. Just prior to that, you saw the back of the head of Eric Anschutz, who's probably the best view of Eric. Is that what you saw? He's shooting Battle of the Fans, which you can see on demand. That's an outstanding feature our crew does each and every week.
Interesting call to give it to Travis Starks on the first play. Normally he will run, he's not their feature back, obviously a key is, but normally you see Travis Starks a lot more. He has not run that much tonight. He is the starting defensive back. There's the traditional I formation for St. Rita.
And they give to Aki, the second man through, the deep man, and they got him by the jersey and they hold him back to force a third down coming up.
Tackling for Providence Catholic has been outstanding. I mean, they let Aki go for the big run, but since then, very solid. That time, Simon Sashaki, the linebacker, and Mike Valentino watching the replay. They give to Aki, but the green jersey's pretty solid. Pretty solid, and you got a gang tackle because Aki's legs are so powerful. You got to hit him and attempt to drive him back. Not so easy to do, though.
Bryant's also there as well. They're 2 of 5 on third down conversions.
You can see they're just stacking against the run, challenging Johnson to pass.
Here's the give again to Aki. Hurdles and has the first down. And just enough for the first down up to the 45-yard line. Let's take a look at it.
I don't think Jawan's on the track team, but after that, the track coach, the jumping coach, might want to take a look at it.
Yeah.
We mentioned he is a state wrestling champion. He's going to take a break. Looks like maybe a little bit of a problem with the helmet or the chin strap, but Joanna Key, so very talented, and they're really giving him the ball early and often tonight. And you see the I formation for St. Rita. Both teams running the I, Perry, getting away from that spread formation that we see so many teams go to.
Now play action going to the air and going long, and the pass is complete. Wow. Great catch made there by Mitch Saffel.
Wow. I mean, protection was pretty good. Coverage was pretty good. The pass was okay. This is a great catch by Mitch Saffel. 25 yards down the field. You see Brandon Johnson, a lot of time to throw, and that goes right between two defenders, and Saffold gets to the ground, hangs on to the football. That's a heck of a catch, Perry Williams, from the wide receiver. You don't get many balls thrown your way. When they come your way, you got to catch them. Mitch Saffold did there.
25 yards on that completion down to the 30-yard line, 1st and 10, the Mustangs. Now here's the second man, that's Starks. Starks is able to cut it inside for a nice pickup, first down. First man to make contact was Nick Quinlan.
It was Saffold's 13 catches of the season. You see Travis Starks starting to get some carries here in the second half. St. Rita trying to wear down that Providence team, use their size advantage. Starks again, and many other programs would be the lead running back. Very, very talented young man, a legitimate Division I prospect, be it on offense or defense.
Deuce is wild. It's 2nd and 2 at the 22.
He's got some college offers already.
Now here's to give to a key up the middle, and he has the first down inside the 20-yard line. Opening drive of the second half for the Mustangs of St. Rita. They've trailed all game Let's take a look at it.
That's their bread and butter play right up the middle behind that big offensive line. Joanna Key picking up big yards. And again, I think part of the strategy to wear down the Providence defense, the size advantage for St. Rita. You can see how big they are. I talked to Pat Disabato from the Daily Southtown. He said it's one of the physically biggest teams he's seen in the South Suburbs in a long time. Not just the offensive line, the entire ball game.
Here's the Key again, right up the middle, fights his way through, and he's wrestled and taken down on the first down carry. Johnson, the quarterback, is 6'1".
Valentine again in on the tackle amongst others. Watching the replay again out of the I formation, just banging away defenders. Those strong legs we mentioned last year as a state wrestling champion. He won it at 174 pounds. He's up to 191 now. It's very tough, Barry, because when you're a wrestler, you got to watch your weight. But meanwhile, you're trying to build up your strength and build up your weight for football. So he's got to kind of tiptoe between the two sports.
Casey Papp also in on the stop. A nice visit with his parents before the game. Now rolling right, Johnson. He's looking to the end zone. Incomplete, intended for Bobby Gallagher. So 3rd and 6 coming up. Eric Schmidt has some thoughts.
Guys, just a few more words on a Key. You guys mentioned how hard he works. The coaching staff said that over the offseason he put in a ton of work for these guys, and the staff said that he's a little disappointed that the numbers haven't been there, but on the plus side, he is extremely happy that they've been winning. At the end of the day, that's all he cares about. And the other interesting thing about him is he's a guy that commutes to St. Rita from the west suburbs. He is on trains and buses a good portion of the morning and then after practice in the afternoon for those two sports that you mentioned, and he's always been very gracious to thank a lot of his teammates' parents because he spends a lot of nights at their houses during the season.
Travis Starks out of the Wildcat for the touchdown. 13 yards touchdown. Travis Starks.
Well, maybe they were resting him the first half. Up, Barry, you see the St. Rita fans enjoying it. We talked about Travis Starks. He is weapon number 2 coming out of the backfield. Joanna Key, obviously the first choice, but that young man ends out with the touchdown. Big score in St. Rita for the first time tonight. Takes the lead.
Take the second half kickoff, and they march it down. And Starks takes it in on the snap and run.
That was all runs on that drive except the one catch, and a great catch it was. 25 yards for Mitch Sappho, but the rest of it on the ground.
Donahue, the extra point attempt. Kick is up. It's good. So St. Rita now has scored 17 unanswered and lead at 17-12. 7:41 remaining in our third quarter.
Watch the offensive line. Watch the hole. Good little cutback move right there by Travis Starks. Gets knocked down, but he gets knocked down in the end zone. 6 points for St. Rita. Beautiful little cutback right there by Stark. Great instincts for a running back, and even though he doesn't get to carry the ball that much, he might be able to play that position in college, Perry, certainly at defensive back. Good look at Travis right there. A 5'10", 186-pounder out of Emmanuel Christian Junior High, having a great career here at St. Rita. The scoring drive, 9 plays, 65 yards, 4 minutes and 19 seconds. If you're Todd Kuska and the St. Rita coaching staff, you couldn't have drawn up a better first drive.
Well, he told Eric Schmidt on the halftime interview that they were moving the ball, particularly in the second quarter. They just weren't finishing. Missed the 2 field goals. Then had that penalty.
I don't know who called the plays in that drive, Todd, or it might have been his younger son, Jack.
Yeah.
It looked like was towards the end of the interview. It looked like...
you put the lollipop down, put on the headset.
I think Jack called at least a couple of those plays. Actually, I could call the plays. Give it to number 5, give it to number 1. Make a lot of coaches look smart.
Or I might give it to number 1 to number 5. Donahue will kick off for the Mustangs, leading for the first time this evening. And once again, both teams just kind of squibbing it on the ground. Ball is picked up there. And a nice return by Plants that already coached week 8 of the regular season.
Getting crunch time for the state playoffs. Certainly that's going to be a big factor here last couple of games. Trying to win your conference championship obviously is first, but making the state playoffs a big goal for a lot of these teams.
Short pass is complete to Hanlon. He had to go to his knees to make the grab, so he was down immediately after a short gain.
First catch of the day for Zach, the senior wide receiver, and a nice job by Bill Peters, again giving his young quarterback some confidence, calling that quick out pass. Zach makes the catch, and they immediately take him out of the game. That's no good.
First 2 times Providence Catholics had the football tonight, they scored touchdowns. Since then, the last 3 times, 3 and out. So they want to get something sustained going, but there you see the Mustangs. You'll also see the power of Potempa fighting his way on that second down carry.
He's a big fella, Danny Potempa. Big boy back there. 5'11", 220 pounds. He is a baseball catcher. He's a baseball third baseman, outstanding baseball player, but can play a little bit of football too. Look at him bounce off tacklers. It takes 4, 5, 6 white jerseys to finally knock him down. And Perry, you mentioned St. Rita's defense, how they adjusted after those first 2 touchdown drives. Not only were they 3 and outs in those 3 drives that they stopped Providence, a total of 11 yards. So they shut down the Celtic offense in those last 3 series.
Now they face a 3rd and 5 at the 46, 3 of 7 on 3rd down tonight to the air. And the pass is complete. Hanlon was there, covered by Starks. No call.
Tough call for the official because there was a little contact, but on the other hand, probably an uncatchable ball. I think a pretty good call by the official, Perry, and especially hard to make that call because he was standing right next to the entire Providence Catholic bench. Here's a good look on the replay. A little bit of contact. There you see the official at the bottom of your screen with 6 different coaches yelling in his ear, trying to help him make the call.
So Potempa will punt it away for the Celtics.
Oh, what a nice job defensively, huh? Joe Urshak and his St. Rita defense making some nice adjustments here, stopping Providence Catholic on their last 4 drives.
TJ Verdon is deep.
And dangerous.
Yeah, along with Mickey Johnson. Pretty nice punt. Fair catch made there by Verdon at the 20-yard line. 34 yards on the punt and no return.
Yeah, I like the pressure right now on St. Rita's defense, Perry. We'll see if they can adjust here.
Providence Catholic, yeah.
Yeah, on Providence, rather. St. Rita had that very effective touchdown drive right off the get-go here in the second half. Providence again with a brand new defensive coordinator this year. In his first year, Scott Peters, been with the program for a while, but his first year taking over the defense, doing a heck of a job. Graduate of Providence High School.
Well, timeout is called by St. Rita. Kind of an unusual timeout they have to take. They have the lead at 17-12 in the exchange after a punt.
Todd Kuska going to huddle up the troops there. Get a good look at one of their offensive linemen, big number 66, Joe Nash there on the screen.
We talk about Todd Kuska, what a great job he has done as head coach of St. Rita High School. Let's talk about his team's rituals.
You know what we've done from, I believe, the beginning of St. Rita football over 100 years ago. We go to Mass the day before, or the day of each game, and we have a couple rituals at Mass. We sing the hymn to St. Rita. That's one thing that we take a lot of pride in. We did start this year singing that hymn after the game as well. So it's something that we do before the game as a football team in the chapel, and then after the game we do it with our fans and student body.
Well, outstanding coach and a lot of tradition at St. Rita, as you mentioned, over 100 years of football, and what great success they have had. And as you talked about that Chicago Catholic Blue, it's a battle week in or week out.
24 playoff appearances over the years. Pretty good record for St. Rita. And mentioned the 2 state championships, most recently 7A in 06.
And here's a key, breaks away from one tackler, and Quinlan finally knocks him out of bounds at the 39-yard line. 19 yards on the carry by a key.
Yeah, he's well on his way to, if not his best game of the season, his second best game of the season. Look at Joanna Key, again, the offensive line. Good cutback move, and then it's power, and then it's speed in the open field. Finally brought down with a nice tackle by number 14, but Joanna Key, we mentioned maybe his second best game against Brother Rice early in the season, Perry. 30 carries, 220 yards, but he is well on his way maybe to going past that mark today, having a big game early.
1st and 10 for the Mustangs.
Nick Quinlan was the one who finally knocked him out of bounds.
And here's the key, and oh, nice job by Valentine to hold on and not let him slip away.
That's one of the best ways to stop him, is you try to get him before he gets ahead of steam going. Now, that's easier said than done.
Or make that spin move.
Good look at Mike Valentino, the junior right there, having a huge game in front of the CN 100 camera crew. Look at the green jerseys. That hasn't happened often, but that time they win the battle of the line of scrimmage.
Lost a 3, second and 13 at the 37-yard line.
Valentino, only a junior. You can be sure he'll be a impact player for the defense next year for Providence. Very nice for Coach to know he's coming back next year.
27 carries for a key, now to the air. The pass is complete to Saffold, and Saffold is tackled, picks up much of that yardage. So third down coming up. Big third down play defensively for the Celtics.
Yeah, they got to get St. Rita off the field. So maybe the biggest play of the game coming up right here. But let's take a look at the replay. Little pass. He doesn't do it often, but he does it pretty well. Brandon Johnson. Good tackle by Valentino again. You saw Zach Plants come in a little bit late. Brandon Johnson, very effective last week. 7 of 9, a very efficient game throwing the football against Mount Carmel in their big victory.
So 3rd and 4 at the 46. And here's Starks again. Starks has the first down and more. There goes Starks. He's at the 25 to 20, makes a cut, and he will be in for his second touchdown of the ball game and second of the second half.
Boy, there was some good blocking there, Perry, and you see the St. Rita fans enjoying as the road team starting to take control of this game. But there were some good blocks, but a lot of that was Travis Starks on his own, too. Brilliant run, and he gets congratulations from his teammates.
54 yards by Starks.
Yeah, one thing about not running him much in the first half.
He's fresh
legs indeed. You saw it on that run. Let's watch the extra point. The kicking game has been somewhat of an adventure thus far for St. Rita tonight. We're going back to number 15 now. That's Stan Soika.
And Soika with the extra point. This is up and good. 24-12, 24 unanswered points. Let's take a look at the touchdown.
Yeah, this is brilliant here. Look at him get through, fights off a tackle, and then it's just off to the races. Sheer speed, but he broke a couple of tackles there, Perry. Makes a nice move right there, and Travis Starks into the end zone. Great individual play. There's the broken tackle right there. That's just sheer strength. And again, the fresh legs. He doesn't look that big, but he's 5'10". They list him at 185 pounds. A lot stronger than he looks.
So another touchdown by Starks, has them both in the second half as St. Rita extends its lead. Potempa is deep.
Have a look at the scoring drive there. 4 plays, 80 yards in the third quarter. So far, all St. Rita. Let's see if Providence can respond. Right now, the crowd hath been quieted. The momentum, the feel good they had from the first half, temporarily disrailed. Nobody's kicked it deep today, huh?
Nope. It's all been split kicks.
Yeah. I got a feeling we might see a deep kick here. Let's see.
Couple went out of bounds. But we have a flag, and that I think is, there's a little delay in Donahue how he kicked that, and I think there's offsides against the Mustangs. Yep. So moving to the 35-yard line.
I mentioned Donahue's brother Ryan is a punter for the University of Iowa, kicked here at Providence, and Ryan, I believe, at the game tonight, Barry, because Iowa has a day off tomorrow. I think they got a bye in the Big Ten. So his brother coming back to the school here, getting to watch him play.
Homecoming action. Only the second penalty tonight against St. Rita. First one was costly. Came when they were a 3rd and goal at the 2. 5 yards. Now this is taken by Weaver. And Weaver, and a flag is thrown.
Boy, if he could have kept his footing, he had big yards to gain, but I think either way it would have come back, flag on the field. Usually that means a hold or block in the back. Let's see if it comes back for the Celtics.
It's from the flag.
Fourth penalty of the night against Providence. Only 6 penalties in the entire ball game.
And Providence.
This is not a good way to start the drive when you've been outscored in the second half.
Holding on the receiving team. They will maintain possession, first down.
Good look on the replay here. We'll see if we can see the hole, but there's the nice cutback by Cody Weaver, and he just can't quite keep his balance. You saw the number 4 for St. Rita there, Timmy Lombard, ready to come in and make the tackle.
Just keeping it on the ground, the first down carry. Not much there. Potempa comes back in with a play from the bench. Here's what the Celtics have to round out the rest of the season. They have De La Salle and Mount Carmel, both games on the road. So not only is this homecoming, it's the season home finale for the Celtics.
See a lot of close scores there too. Outside of the 30-0 game, they've played as tough a schedule as there is in the state. 1-5, a lot of losses in there, but they were all close games. I'm sure that's going to make the Providence fans feel a whole lot better. Very, very tough, Perry, when you got a tradition like Providence has, 19 consecutive years making the state playoffs. Very tough for these kids to know that they're on the team that didn't make it. Good look at the replay here. Dan Potempa keeps fighting, but sometimes, you know, the old story, that's when your character shows through. For Coach Mark Congolese and the rest of the ball club, you got to keep yourself up. You got to keep fighting. It's easy to be spirited, easy to play hard. It's easy to be a team when you're winning. I think when you're not, when you have some bad breaks come against you, injuries and stuff, that's when you show your true mettle. And the way Providence came out tonight, I think, was a great indication of their program.
Chris Salazar to the air. Pass to Carroll is complete for the first down. Nice little score out. And Carroll, who's caught a touchdown here tonight, picks up the first down for the Celtics.
Salazar throws a nice pass. I think he's getting good protection, too. Beautiful pass, good catch. That's how they got their drives going in the first half, those first 2 successful drives, when they combined the run and the pass. Doing a nice job right there.
Their first down since the first quarter.
Got to mention that Providence offensive line, too. I don't think we've called their name, but they're giving Salazar some good protection.
A little delay draw. Potempa fighting with good yardage. Close to the marker.
Nice response here for Providence Catholic. Good look at the homecoming crowd. Absolutely gorgeous night. Perfect night for high school football here. Watching the replay, let's look at the offensive line up front. Good block, a little delayed give that time. Ryan Ludwig, number 67. He's your center. Frank Markosovic, the team captain, number 74, the right guard. Ryan Ward, number 75, right tackle. Mike Kronberg and Big Dan Lemke on the left side. A big, strong offensive line for Providence.
Now, going long as a man wide open, and Fitzgerald overshoots him at the 33-yard line.
There's 6 points left on the board, and you could see the pain in the face of Chris Salazar. He knows it was right there for him, and sometimes when you see a receiver that open, Perry, or your adrenaline kicks in, and I think he just got too excited and threw it too far. You could see he spots the open receiver. Nothing wrong with the arm of Chris Salazar.
He is your Celtic quarterback of the future for sure, just a junior.
Tell you what, we saw a St. Rita quarterback of the future, couple of John Kelly, I believe, in the sophomore team, and Timmy McCormick, 2 excellent sophomore quarterbacks. We may see them on the varsity before this year's over.
And here's a run by Salazar. Gain of 4, so third down coming up.
Good tackle by Will McNamara, number 44. There's Chris, who again had to step in for Joe Houlihan, their starting quarterback last year and for the first half of this year. Joey, broken leg, out for the season. Salazar came in the Fenwick game, had a tough outing, threw a bunch of interceptions. Much better tonight. Not sure what the timeout's for, but the officials have called a break in the action here.
Looks like just a little equipment one, perhaps, Coach.
Good look at Jimmy Johnson, number 3 for St. Rita.
To the air, little screen pass, incomplete. The penetration got there actually a little too fast for Salazar.
Tell you what, though, they had it set up nice.
Yeah, they did. They had a lot of Potempa and a lot of blockers on the left side.
Yep. Chris Salazar knows on that drive, the long pass and the screen pass, a couple of them got away from him, will happen to a young quarterback from what we've seen tonight, though, Perry. This guy's got a lot of potential. A lot of potential. It's only his first full start tonight. Made a couple of passes off mark, but he looks very good, very poised back in the pocket. Potempa doesn't get a whole lot of rest, huh? He's their kicker, too?
Right, he's their punter.
He's got a good chance of playing some college baseball. Very, very talented, both at the catcher and third base spot for Providence. That's his number one sport.
12 guys on the field, right?
And going nowhere fast was T.J. Verdon. Here's what St. Rita has coming up, and St. Ignatius, but then that big game at the end of the season against Loyola.
You can see on the scores, they won all their games fairly easy except one. Look at that September 18th game against Fenwick, 14-13. Fenwick scored a touchdown, Perry, in the final seconds of the game. They went for two. They gave the ball to their running back, Patrick Hart, and Joey Filomeno. The defensive lineman for St. Rita made the stop inches away from the end zone, and that was the closest ball game. That was the one they almost got away. Fenwick almost pulled off the big upset. Filomeno made a great defensive play.
Here's the key right up the middle. Look at the tacklers he's dragging. We're inside the final minute here of the third quarter.
You know, interestingly, Juwan, who, you know, he's a state champ wrestler, but football is his favorite sport, and he would love to play college football. Interestingly, Perry, no definitive offers yet for Juwan Key on the football field. A lot of schools would love to have him as a wrestler, but nothing yet on the football field. Interesting.
There's a good look at Nick Dakota. 6'8", 290. You talk about size in the offensive line. He's about as big as they come that we've seen.
And still growing.
He
is only a young junior. He'll be back next year. A scary thought for Catholic Blue opponents.
Here's the key. Gets the first down as the third quarter will come to an end after they reset. Move the chain. That is a big offensive tackle. You can't teach size, as they say. As the third quarter does come to an end, but a good third quarter for St. Rita. The Mustangs lead at 24-12 at the end of 3. Let's go to Eric Schmidt on the field.
Perry, thank you. John, you asked about Ryan Donahue. Of course he is here. It's an off week for Iowa this year. Now, Ryan, punter at the University of Iowa. You were a former All-American for high school. At St. Rita, you were preseason first team All-Big Ten punter. Be honest, does the Iowa State, Iowa City media ever talk to the punters over there?
They've been nice to me. They really have. They've been gracious to me. Usually people don't, like punters. They don't see them come on the field. I hear a couple claps when I come on the field. So I'm like, okay, this is not that bad.
Well, you do good things. I mean, if you weren't such a good punter, they'd probably be a little more on you. But that's all well and good. You were here, though, to see your little brother, Chris. What do you think about the high school game here, 5 years later?
It's different. I get more nervous watching my little brother kick than I do kicking now. So it's a lot different. The names change, but, traditions stay the same. And this is just one of those awesome rivalries that I'm so glad I can come to.
Now, you were a kicker in high school. Now you transitioned to the punting game in college. How's that been for you?
It's been fine. I mean, I punted in high school, and, it's not that much of a transition. It's kind of the same motion. So really you just got to gear it down to basically consistency and, college, and that's what the coaches like. Coach Ferentz, all the college coaches need to be consistent to play in college. So that's basically the thing I've been working on ever since I've been there.
And now, any good advice you've been able to give your little brother as he's come through? He's a senior now.
I just said, keep your head down, swing straight. You can only do so much. You can't, whack it, over the fence and stuff like that. Just put it through the uprights.
I know we've talked to you before in the past. You were an offensive MVP for the conference. That's quite an accomplishment for a special teamer. I know you've had good coaching, too, coming along. So nice to see you pass it along.
I mean, doing what I can.
Thanks for the time. Yep. Guys, back to the action.
All right. Interesting. Take another look at this last play. Another first down carry through 3 quarters. Actually, total yards now, 351 to 142. So St. Rita has really taken control after falling behind quickly, 12-0. But interesting comment how he's more nervous watching his kid brother kick the football than he is kicking the football himself.
Well, you hear that. You hear parents say that about their kids. Parents have played the game a lot harder to watch your kid play than to play yourself.
Key is tripped up, and what a great game Nick Quinlan has played. Makes the stop again.
And the Celtic defense, you could see a little huffing and puffing down there, and they're a tired group. They've been on the field a lot, especially the since the second quarter. Second, third quarter here, the start of the fourth quarter. The big size advantage for St. Rita. They're trying to wear down Providence, but I'll tell you what, that defense has battled. They have indeed battled. They're fighting out there. See if they can hold St. Rita off here. 24-12. One more score might put them away. So the green jersey's got to find a way maybe to create a turnover.
Now play action. Johnson. Now he will tuck and run. He's at the 40. He's at the 35. First down and more. Johnson on the far sideline, wrapped up, driven out of bounds at the 23-yard line. First down for the Mustangs. 22 yards on that quarterback keeper.
He's pretty good at that, isn't he, Barry?
Yep.
Yeah, they may have to put the tuck and run. I don't know if that's a plan play, but if I were St. Rita, put the tuck and run in your game plan. Brandon Johnson, he's a good passer. He's a really good runner. Brought down at the end of the tackle there by Valentino and
Troy Shepard.
Troy Shepard and company. Troy, nice to see him playing. There's a good look at Brandon, the senior quarterback who has won the job. It looks like it's his for good. Hopefully he doesn't get injured or anything, but looks like the senior quarterback has officially taken over the reins here.
And a loose ball. Scramble for it. And the Celtics say they have it. We'll wait for the signal.
That's exactly what Providence Catholic needed. Looks like they're going to get it now. We see the referee point that way. Providence fans, the homecoming crowd enjoys it. That was the one thing, Perry, that St. Rita couldn't afford to do, and they did it. They coughed up the football.
First turnover of the game.
Watching the replay here. Is it in the exchange? It is. Not sure whose fault it is, but it hit the shoulder pad, it looked like. Another look from our CN100 camera crew. The camera guy is doing a great job, as per always. And you can see the frustration in the eyes of quarterback Brandon Johnson. There's the guy who recovered the ball.
Ben Lepke, the 6'1" junior D lineman.
His brother Danny plays in the offensive line. Ben plays in the defensive line.
And a catch made by Carroll. Sean Carroll. He's had a busy night, putting a touchdown reception. So now the Celtics will try to get something going, and relatively quickly.
Yeah, that was huge. That was huge, because St. Rita, as we talked about, if they score there, that pretty much puts away the game, but the turnover gives new life to the Providence Catholic offense. Salazar, the junior, in charge.
Rolling is Salazar. Pass intended for Weaver, incomplete. So third down coming up, 3rd and 4.
Hang out of the football there. Cody Weaver, who blocks from that up back position. We mentioned Providence runs the I formation too, and he'll run it a little bit this time. He's a receiver, pretty good one, but that time just couldn't quite get the two hands on the football. Tough break.
They're 40% on third down completions. Their situations here tonight are the Celtics.
They're going to put the ball up in the air here, Perry. You'd think there's the straight I formation. They'll go spread offense on occasion, but the I there base.
Here comes the pressure too, and Carroll has it. And he's driven out of bounds by Pikowski, but not before he gets the first down. Celtics, 8 yards on the pass completion. They brought the pressure, but Salazar able to get rid of it, and Carroll make the grab.
That's a big third down pickup too. Puts a little zip on the football. Heck of a catch by Carroll. Looked like he bobbled a little bit, hung on, gets dragged out of bounds near the St. Rita bench, but hangs on to the football. Big first down for Providence. Keeps the drive alive.
Now rolling back the other way. The pass to Weaver. He has some running room. He's at the 50. Knocked out of bounds by Johnson.
Same play, different
15
side.
yards.
Wasn't going to drop it that time,
Nope.
was he? He made sure, Cody Weaver, he made sure he got the ball first. That was textbook, because that's a harder play than it looks. Because you got to catch it, then you got to square your shoulders, square your hips, and then you got to turn yourself up the field. Cody Weaver putting on perfect fundamentals right there. There's the catch, the turn, and then you head upfield with it with a burst of speed. Nicely done. Takes a shot as he heads out of bounds as well.
Best drive of the game since the first quarter for the Celtics. Now on the run is Salazar, showing he too can run the football. And finally brought down, but boy, you don't want to have him fight too hard. They already lost one quarterback by injury.
A wrestling match going on there. Matt Mullen, number 43, going for the takedown and 2 points. Wrestling style, but yeah, Salazar, he's looks to us anyways, clearly a pass-first quarterback, but shows he can run a little bit. Nice tackle at the end by Matt Mullen and company. Boy, if you're St. Rita, you got to feel frustrated on the sidelines. Todd Kuska and his coaching staff, you had the game well in hand, but the turnover in the exchange between Johnson and McKee gave new life to Providence, so right now they're taking advantage.
And the first guy through is Weaver. He gets the first down. The first down, Celtics.
That's only, I think, the second time tonight they've given it to the up back. But Cody Weaver's been very, very effective tonight, running out of a up back position.
And he got the reception moments ago.
Cody also a member of that Providence Catholic wrestling team, very talented wrestler as well. A lot of these guys, 2- and 3-sport athletes. St. Rita, of course, with their great baseball program. Perry, a bunch of the guys on the football team play baseball as well.
Well, last week we saw at the Naperville Naperville Central defeated St. Rita in the state championship game last year. Pass is incomplete, intended for Fitzgerald, underthrown.
Mike Zunica, their athletic director, is also the baseball coach. St. Rita, 2 years in a row in the state championship game. They came up short both times. Lost to New Trier a couple of years ago, lost to Naperville Central last year. And you see Bill Peters, first-year offensive coordinator, talking to his first-year quarterback, Chris Salazar. The two of them, you would think, Bear will develop a nice little working relationship in the offseason. Peters coming over here from Brother Rice, running the offense now for the Celtics. Salazar, a lot of potential for him. The experience he gets this year going to make him that much better next year as a senior.
Here's to get to Weaver. Weaver first down. Look at him go over tacklers. Holding out for dear life was Pikowski, but he paid the price and a late flag has been thrown.
5'11", 185-pounder out of that Frankfurt youth football program. They have found a little weakness in the St. Rita defense, and it's the quick give to the up back. Look at Cody Weaver, catches the defensive line by surprise, and he just runs over defenders there. A couple of solid pops.
Dead ball foul, unsportsmanlike conduct on the defense. First down.
First and goal, they'll tack it on.
Boy, normally, our big hits replay highlight we have on CM100, normally it's a defensive hit. We might get a big hit out of Cody Weaver right there, the offensive fullback, who delivered the blow to the defensive secondary right there.
Yeah, Pikowski was delivered on the receiving end of that blow.
He was delivered.
Weaver with 41 yards on this drive alone.
Hang on to the football here.
Here's Potempa. He takes it toward the goal line.
Great drive by Providence off the turnover. See if they can complete the drive now. St. Rita trying to hang on, 24-12 lead. It's kind of been a game of momentum swings, hadn't it, Perry? First quarter, dominated by Providence. Second and third quarter, dominated by St. Rita. And here in the fourth quarter, early on anyways, looks like Providence is owning it.
Second and goal at the 1-yard line. And diving up and in for the touchdown. Touchdown, Providence Catholic and Potempa.
Now, you don't normally see a 220-pound fullback dive into the end zone, but that's exactly what Danny Potempa did, showing a little athletic ability. How about that? What a drive for Providence as they capitalize on the turnover by St. Rita. And Potempa and company celebrate temporarily on the sidelines. Good look at Dan right there.
Here's the extra point attempt. And the kick this time is up and good. So with 7:20 remaining in regulation time, it's 24-19. St. Rita leads it as the Celtics score.
Yeah, you think he's going to bowl his way over, but he dived. Now, he's not going to win the state high jump, folks. Let's not get carried away. But a heck of an effort by Danny Potempa. He goes right over his offensive lineman there, and looks like his lead blocker, too.
They also Ray Ames, they bring in
there
the short yardage.
I was trying to get the number there. Big Ray, the linebacker, throwing the block.
10-play drive for the Celtics, and it pays off after 3:03, 75 yards.
Good combination, too, of the pass and the run. They really mixed it up well. What a ball game we are getting here. Catholic Blue football at its best. Week number 7. Providence Catholic trying to turn the standings in the Catholic blue, well, we won't say upside down, but make it a lot more interesting for the rest of their opponents. Right now, St. Rita in charge, but they're hanging on against this fired-up Celtic ball club.
And you would say, like you like to say, a whole lot of feel-good, too, if Providence Catholic can rally here on homecoming. And what a night that would be here in New Lenox. The 1-5 Celtics hit hard by injuries this season.
I like the way the fans have turned out. Good look at Danny Potempa there again. He did not play last year. Sat out his junior year, thought his football career was over, and then he decided first day of double practice in the summer, and what the heck, I'm going to give football a shot. And the Providence team, much the better for it.
And spinning forward on a nice return is Verdon. That time was not a squibber. It's on the fly as 17 yards on the return. So 1st and 10 for the Mustangs.
Nice tackle. Justin Slattery, number 46, making the special teams tackle. All right, here we go. 7:13 left. St. Rita, you know they're going to try to wear down Providence. I don't think you're going to see too many passes, Barry. They're going to try to run behind that big offensive line. You know, Providence knows it's coming. I wouldn't be surprised if we see 8 in the box, maybe even 9. But you see St. Rita's got 2 receivers, bottom of the screen, trying to spread things out a little bit.
Johnson under center. Here's the get to a key. Up the middle is the key. He's brought down after a short gain.
See, he was at the bottom of the pile there. See if we can get his number. Nice tackle. I think Zach Plants, huh?
Yep.
Number 6. What a ball player he is. What a game. What a season he's having. Zach Plants, their leading tackler, number 6. 56 tackles on the season. His brother Tyler was a linebacker for him last year. He's got a brother who's a freshman, Perry. Another Plants on the way that we hear is outstanding. And Zach's dad, Ron, is the coordinator, one of the directors of the youth program in Frankfurt. So the Plants family has been, and in the years to come, especially with the freshmen on the way up, a big part of Providence football. There's a good look at Zach, the captain of the defense.
Nick Semeno went off the field. Looks like a little shaken up, as the official told him.
That's a big loss because he's played outstanding as well.
2nd and 8 at the 39-yard line of St. Rita. The Mustangs lead it 24-19. Here's the give to Starks, and Starks is nailed in the backfield for a big loss.
Mitch Godfrey making the tackle. Mitch Godfrey, number 55. He's getting congratulations from his teammates. Linebacker as a freshman and sophomore. They moved him up on the defensive line, and that time, Perry, Providence Catholic brought a couple linebackers up, and there basically was 5 blockers for St. Rita, and there were 6 defenders for Providence, and the unblocked defender was that young man right there, Mitch Godfrey. He makes a solo tackle.
3rd and 11.
Interesting call coming up for head coach Todd Guska. Shotgun.
Quarterback is Brandon Johnson. Yelger, Gorski, favorite targets. And the ball is knocked away, incomplete.
No flag. No flag. He timed it perfect. The fans who were watching the play right there, that guy right there, Zach Plants, close to offsides. Watching the replay. He timed it perfect. Almost got the sack, but certainly forced the play away. Now, you know, it's the first time they've thrown Tijuana Key out of the backfield. I've been waiting for that play, but boy, sometimes you gamble on the blitz like that, you get the 5-yard penalty. That time he gambled, timed it perfect, and broke up the play. Great job by Zach Plants, their outstanding linebacker.
So 3 and out. First punt of the evening for the Mustangs. Next, Drew Carr. And picking up on the bounce is Sean Fitzgerald. So they will have the ball 1st and 10.
Yeah, we got some drama that could be unfolding here on the CN 100 game of the week. 5:42 left. Catholic League blue football at its finest thus far.
Here's the delay to Potempa. Potempa fighting for yards over the 40, up to the 41-yard line. This is the way Providence Catholic looked in the first part of the ball game.
I don't think they're going to be in any rush, Perry, even though they're down 5 points. Watching the replay, Potempa, bread and butter play, little delayed handoff. Great look once again from our CN 100 award-winning CN 100 camera crew, but I don't think they're in any rush right now, Perry. They would love nothing better than to take almost all the time off the clock, get a score, and leave St. Rita with not much time on offense.
St. Rita already used a timeout here in the second half, too. Ball's up for grabs. Carroll comes back to it and makes the catch. The ball was just thrown away, and Sean Carroll alertly adjusted it, saw it, and he pulled in the ball for the reception, a 14-yard gain.
A little bit of a wounded duck pass, huh? Sean Carroll, he's a member of the baseball team as well. Watch it. It's up high, but Carroll does a great job of adjusting, coming back to the football. Watch Salazar. Boy, he was under pressure, too. Won't go down as the most gorgeous pass, but it will look good in the scorebook.
Now rolling out, and a shovel pass to Weaver. And that's well defended there, defended by the Matt Mullen and company. They were not fooled at all. So 2nd and 10, no gain on that shovel pass. They tried it a couple times, and Mullen it stays at home.
Yeah, that was just well defended, St. Rita. That might be one of the plays they watched on the film and maybe knew it was coming. Second down. High formation.
Straight drop. And through the hands of Carroll. Incomplete. So 3rd down coming up.
Well, I would think clearly 2-down territory, right? They're not going to punt, I would not think. So you got 2 chances to make 10 yards. Watching the replay. Good protection that time. Good protection. Nice pass. Sean Carroll just can't quite come down with the football. Tough break for Sean.
3rd and 10 at the 45-yard line. 5 of 11 on 3rd down conversion.
Big one right here. Blitz.
And a flag is thrown, and down goes Salazar, sacked all the way back at his 44-yard line.
Nice call by Joe Urshek, the defensive coordinator. Flag on the play. Let's wait for the call. I think there was a flag.
Yep, there was a flag, and it looks like it probably will be against the Celtics.
Boy, they sent everybody that time, huh? 2-man, 3-man blitz out of the linebackers. Looks like it's going to be against Providence. They'll decline this one, and now
it's 4th and long. You might have to punt it and use your timeouts.
Formation, offense. The penalty is declined. 4th down.
Yeah, Potempa is on the field.
Well, Coach Mark Coglanese is going to have a decision to make. You see the replay there. Nothing Salazar could do as he was under pressure almost from the minute he dropped back. From the second he
I
dropped
take that back. Salazar is out on 4th and 20 at his own 45. They're going to flood the right side. A whistle is blown, and timeout is taken by St. Rita. Their second used up here in the second half.
Now let's see if Mark Coglanese decides to, he might change his mind.
I'm Perry Williams, along with the coach John Cohn. Eric Schmidt on the sideline, statman extraordinaire, Mr. Nick Pinto. Now they're in punt formation.
Yes, St. Rita.
And they did force St. Rita to use the timeout. St. Rita has only one timeout left, should they need it.
I'm not sure I would have called timeout if I was St. Rita, because that's exactly what they gave Providence a chance to get their senses back and do the right thing, and it's punt.
Yeah, it's just too far with still plenty of time and all your timeouts.
That's the key. You got your timeouts left.
And Potempa. And there is the flag.
Wow.
This will be roughing the kicker.
Oh, goodness.
Roughing the kicker 5 yards.
And there was no call for that either because the kick was off or just... It won't be an automatic first down. It'll be 4th and 15. Let's see.
Well, that's big that it's not automatic first down. Joey Filomeno breathing a deep sigh of relief because if that's automatic first down, Coach Joe or Joey Filomeno heads right to the doghouse. Number 54 is the one who committed the infraction. Let's hear the call.
5 yard running into the kicker on the defense. We'll repeat, 4th down.
Now do you go for it, Perry? The extra 5 yards makes the decision that much tougher.
I think they probably will still end up punting away.
I still think
with all your timeouts.
As fired up as my defense was in that last series, I think it might even be a situation where you want to talk to the captains as well. Let the players have some input on this, but I would tend. There's a good look at Coach Cogs.
The only thing they lost was 8 seconds. The ball now moved at midfield, so there is the potential to really, with a good punt and a nice roll on the play, to really pin the Mustangs deep in their territory.
Boy, St. Rita is not rushing anybody. I mean, Potempa's had all day to kick.
Well, he just holds it and looks at it and admires it, reads the writing on the ball, checks the stitching. And now the fake. The pass is complete. And it's going to be close, but shy of the first down marker.
Wow. Could not.
Casey Papp grabbed it, made a great catch and run. Let's take a look at it.
You got Danny Potempa throwing the football. It was an unbelievable catch by Papp. Just couldn't quite keep his footing. And a big gamble on 4th and 15. There's the great catch. Tough break. Not able to keep his footing. So close yet so far away. First down for St. Rita. Pretty good gamble, though, and almost pulled it off. Did Providence Catholic.
Nice throw and a great catch by Papp.
Boy, that was.
And just going, if he keeps his feet just one more yard, it's a first down.
And maybe more.
Yep.
Would have brought down the house. Now the Providence defense has to stack against the run. Look at St. Rita. 4 receivers split. They're not throwing the ball, folks. Shotgun offense, I'd be shocked if they throw the football here. Play the run if you're Providence Catholic.
And they did. And they come up with a big stop, and who else? Plants.
Yeah, he's a one-man wrecking crew
he's
here in the
coming
fourth
in there
quarter.
untouched.
Yep, and he's timing it perfectly to it. I think Zach Plants knows what we know up here, that they're running the football, so you can just gamble on that. And I think Todd Kuska trying to throw Providence off. That time 4 wide receivers, 2 to the top of your screen, 2 to the bottom, but it clearly was a run, and Zach Plants and company knew that. Not stopping the clock yet.
Lost the 4. It's 2nd and 14 inside. 3 minutes remaining here in our ball game. And the pitch to Starks. Starks trying to turn the corner, and he can't. He is thrown for a loss.
What a defensive effort. Their 2 stars are leading them right now. Plants and Ames, the linebackers. The Providence Catholic defense that looked like it was beaten in the middle of the third quarter. They have resurged. They've gained their energy. Ray Ames and company responding. Travis Starks goes down, and now you got timeout.
So 3rd down, 3rd and long. The play of the game coming up here to this point. Just like that.
Heck of a quarterback right there. Chris Salazar getting retaped up at first. A big 3rd down. You know, St. Rita, if they don't make it, will be forced to punt.
It's 3rd and 17 at the 30-yard line.
Now watch the tuck and run. That's what I'd be careful of if I was Providence Catholic. Don't overrush the quarterback, because Johnson more of a threat as a runner than he is right now anyways as a passer.
The key is back in. Here comes some pressure. Gomer over the middle. The pass is complete to Saffold. Saffold's going to take it all the way for the touchdown. 70 yards to Mitch Saffold. Touchdown, Mustang.
Well, Brandon Johnson must have heard what I said and said, Coach, I don't think so. I can throw the ball too. A absolutely beautiful pass, his best pass of the day, and it comes on a 3rd and critical situation. Great catch by Saffold, but credit Brandon Johnson with an absolutely gorgeous pass. And that has silenced, Perry, a homecoming crowd that was starting to sniff a potential upset. You got the feeling if Providence got the football back,
right?
They were going to move. That was a huge play, championship-type play for St. Rita.
Here's Donahue for the extra point. Kick is up. The kick is good. 70 yards on 3rd and long. Johnson, his 4th completion of the night to Saffold for his 3rd touchdown of the season.
Look at this pass here. Maybe the best pass Brandon Johnson's thrown all night. There was 2 defenders right around him in the territory too. Mike Valentino and Nick Quinlan were there, and Brandon Johnson, who they say is a running quarterback who can throw a little bit. Well, forget about that. He proved me wrong. He could throw a lot. That was a beautiful strike. Again, right between 2 defenders. He not only had to throw it accurate, Perry, he had to put some zip on that football. And Mitch Saffold makes the reception. One of the biggest plays of the year for St. Rita.
Number 6. Number 6 out there now.
What a ball game this has been, too.
Yep. He did have that feeling. Momentum, maybe a miracle finish. Yes, some of the folks are going to the concession stand, Coach, are getting ready for homecoming activity.
Pitch. There's the scoring drive. 3 plays, 64 yards. Two of those plays were for losses of yards. They got nothing on their first 2 plays. On the third one, the big strike. Third and 17.
3rd and 17 at the 30-yard line.
You talk about plays you're going to look back at, Barry, later in the year. Talk about it at the banquet. A year later when you come back and gather, that's a play the St. Rita team will remember for a long time. And probably the Providence team as well.
Here's Potempa on the kickoff return. Danny with a nice return up to the 37-yard line, where he's tackled by T.J. Verdon, outstanding special teams player for St. Rita.
Don't forget, we'll have our CN 100 player of the game. That's going to be an interesting choice right now. Eric Schmidt and his committee that he has organized down on the field will make that decision. They used to ask us, Perry, but we have no say in it anymore.
Yeah, well,
know when we lost that power, but apparently we did.
Providence has 2 timeouts left. And they'll have to quickly go to the air. Salazar, not going to get much there to Carroll. Clock will continue to run, and they pick up only 1.5 yards.
Good tackle by Mickey Johnson, number 2, a solid hitter in that defensive backfield for St. Rita.
They give him 2. 2nd and 8, 2:05 remaining. Salazar going on the near sideline, and the pass is incomplete. Players are out of bounds. Intended for Hanlon.
Pretty good attempt. Zach Hanlon, the 6'1" senior. There's Chris Salazar. Nothing wrong with his arm. He's throwing a strong arm tonight, and good accuracy for the most part. They can definitely build off this game. Coach Bill Peters, the O coordinator, giving the play to Chris.
18 of 31 tonight by Chris Salazar. And we talked earlier tonight, if you're not with us, their starting quarterback, Joey Houlihan, broke his leg against Fenwick at the end of the first quarter last week. And the junior Salazar came off the bench and had a kind of a tough night. But tonight he's been really solid. But now here's 4th and 8 at their own 39, and you got to get a first down to keep any hope alive. But it's going to be tough, even if they do that.
Down to their final play.
Well, this is our first journey, you and I down here to coming to New Lenox for the Providence Catholic. What a great facility it is. And we thank all the folks here. They've just been very, very gracious hosts. And here comes the pressure. The pass is intercepted by McNamara. McNamara is still on his feet. Finally, he's tackled at the 31-yard line. And boy, Salazar really got popped.
Yeah, he is slow to get up as Chris Salazar. He's been a warrior all night long. The coaching staff checking to see if he's okay. Mark Congley is the head coach. Conglanese, the head coach, arguing with the referee, maybe a late hit, but I don't think so. Great interception there by number 44, McNamara, too. And he had eyes on the end zone, didn't he, Will McNamara, the junior?
Yeah, Pat O'Connor was coming in, and McNamara made the interception, and then he's tripped up at the 32-yard line. So with 1:43 remaining on the clock, there's a good look at Chris Salazar. The Mustangs will have the football. They have the lead at 31-19.
And they can pretty much run out the clock here. I don't know if they're going to take the knee, but Providence has 2 timeouts left, I believe.
Yep, 2 timeouts for the Celtics. And here's the give to Key, who dances around and fights back to the line of scrimmage for no gain.
St. Rita going to go 4-0 in the conference. 2 games left, and again, that October 22nd battle against Loyola. I think that game is at St. Rita. That's going to be a big one. Good look at the Mustangs right there. Last year, they took 2nd place in the Catholic Blue. They lost to the team they're playing tonight, Providence Catholic, your Catholic League Blue champions last year. Went 5-0. Providence went to the state championship game last year, lost,
to
as
Cary
you mentioned,
Grove,
Perry, to Cary Grove.
Yeah, Tyler Krebs and company for Cary Grove had that great season last year. And also Alex Hembry had 3 touchdowns in that championship game for the Cary Grove Trojans. That Cary Grove option all picked up to stop So was Mr. Starks, who has 2 touchdowns in the second half for the Mustangs. So third down coming up as the clock continues to run. And the Celtics just going to let it run out.
Heck of a ball game, Perry Williams. Heck of a game. Disappointing, I know, for the homecoming crowd that came out here, but great effort by Providence Catholic. Almost pulled off the upset against powerful St. Rita, and certainly both teams well entertaining our CN100 viewers. A fun game to watch.
Well, this is a taste for many more weeks of exciting high school football, regular season and playoffs here in CN100, as taking the knee will be the Mustangs as quarterback Johnson, as the St. Rita Mustangs, who at one time trailed 12-0, trailed at halftime 12-10, come away with a 31-19 victory. Your final score here tonight, New Lenox, knocking off the Celtics of Providence Catholic. Back with our CN100 player of the game and play of the game right after this. Good ball game tonight. Chicago Catholic Blue here in New Lenox, Illinois, home of Providence Catholic on homecoming, but the Celtics fall short of the upset as St. Rita continues to roll unbeaten now, 7-0. 31-19 your final score. Let's go on the field and join Eric Schmidt standing by with our CN100 player of the game interview.
Thanks, guys. I'm with Joanna Key and a couple guys that are ready to take him back to the huddle. I know they're doing a little celebrating. You guys won a share of the conference title. How's that feel?
That feels pretty good. You know, that's why a lot of us came to St. Rita. We came to win a CCL championship, and we came out here and we took care of business. We knew it wouldn't be easy, and we just played hard, and we got to share the CCL championship.
Now, Providence knocked you guys off of that, knocked you out of that opportunity last year. You guys talk about that coming into today?
We didn't talk about it much, but we knew it was in the back of a lot of our minds, you know, us having the same chance to come out and win the CCL last year and not delivering. And this year we wanted to just take it to them and get the W.
Now, you guys, it's a down team this year. How were you able to kind of keep focused, make sure you stayed up for a team in that position?
We know they're still a really good team, and we know they play in the CCL, and every week is a tough game, and they had their fair share of losses that came in down to the wire to really good teams, and we just knew we had to come out and have to play hard and get the W.
Okay, so let's get on the field today. You guys got popped in the mouth a little bit on that first drive by them, and then the response was your 65-yard run right off the bat. What did you guys see? You guys had to work a couple big runs.
We just felt like whenever one of our athletes, me or Travis or Mitch or one of the receivers get in the open field, that's when we can make plays happen. You know, a lot of teams this year has been stacking the box, but as soon as we get in the open field, you know, we feel like we can make something happen, as we showed today.
Well, you guys, Travis and you for a couple of years now have been a 1-2 punch in the backfield there. How's it feel to have him back there with you?
I feel really good, you know, because we're both good at two different things, you know. He's good in space and he's good on the outside. I'm good in controlling the tempo of the game and controlling the outcome of the game. And today he had a few big plays, you know, had me lead blocking, and he made some big things happen. And we just had a really good, solid running game today.
All right, you got conference wrapped up, at least a tie. You're sure of that. Is your job done?
No, you know, we got a lot more goals. You know, we got to go out, win next week, and then play Loyola for the rest of the CCL championship. And then we got to come in the playoffs and have a strong run, stay healthy, and run for a state championship.
All right, Joanne, great game, guys. I know you guys have said nothing less than a state championship this year. Good luck to you. Got St. Ignatius first thing next week. Have a good rest of the season, guys. Back to you guys.
All right, now he has a little escort to take him away. So congratulations to our CN100 player of the game. And our CN100 play of the game, and this wasn't over till this play, really sealed it for the Mustangs on 3rd and 17. Quarterback Brandon Johnson hits Mitch Saffold 70 yards for the touchdown. That was the clinching play of the game as the Mustangs stay unbeaten at 7-0. That's our CN100 play of the game. Coach, any final thoughts?
Well, thanks for joining us. Obviously tonight, good game by the Mustangs. That game actually put us to 7-0 and clinched a share of the Catholic League title. We further went on to make it to the state semifinals that year. So great football team and just an excellent season. So thanks for joining us there. Next week we've got the 2008 Mustangs taking on Lakota West in the Kirk Street Challenge in Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati, Ohio. So we'll see you guys next week.